Okay, let's look at NVIDIA numbers. Okay, so um, the the big stuff is that 46 billion in revenue. Ooh, just a barely 1% beat. EPS of $1.04 versus 98 cents, so 6% beat on EPS. Those are not huge numbers. So let's see, what is the stock doing? Oh, it's dropped big.
Yeah.
First.
And we don't have their
Oh,
guidance
actually,
info
not
yet.
that big. It's roughly 3%. So, yeah, that's Nvidia for you.
Yeah. I mean,
Despite a double beat,
the,
but the
the
beat
crazy,
wasn't as much as people expected. So there you go.
yeah, the crazy thing with NVIDIA to me is how much this company has grown and how the stock price has gone crazy, but it's still rated a B on Earnings Hub. Like
It's
because the growth is kind of pacing with um the price, right?
right. Well, it's because of let's actually look at the earnings hub score real quick on Nvidia. So um, price earnings ratio of 49 is honestly not that bad for a company that's growing so rapidly. It's trailing
Exactly.
12 months growth is approximately 72% of the revenue is growing in the trailing 12 months is 72% higher than it was the previous year, right? And EPS is grown 67% compared to the previous year. So both of those have grown substantially. Um, but PE of 49 is high for a tech company, not that high for a company that's growing as fast as it is. Price sales ratio again 26 is high, but I mean there's so many companies that have price sales ratios that are higher than that. So it from a relative basis, it's not crazy out of whack. Now, on the revenue and EPS growth side, it just destroys most things. And a lot of people think that it might not be able to continue growing at even half of that rate because of the spending sort of having maxed out for AIs and data center AI chips and data centers. But it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. So we don't know what's going to happen over the coming years if Meta, Google, Microsoft, these big spenders are going to start having or continue having these massive revenue increases and profit improvements as a result of their investments in AI, then maybe that investment could even increase. So who knows?
Yeah, to me, it feels like it's a space race and it won't stop until there's a clear winner. I don't know if that's what's actually going to happen or if there even will be a clear winner. But like, even if a company doesn't need the chips, they might just buy them so another company doesn't get them. Like, it might be a defense play, you know?
That yeah, I don't know how smart that would be because I feel like the creators of the chips, NVIDIA, will figure out a way to make more, right? Like,
Maybe. But I would think they're limited based on like, I'm assuming they work with ASML to make the chips.
yeah, but okay. So if let's look at because one of the things that just blows my mind with NVIDIA, and this is the part of the reason why like I never invested in them, is because I never thought that this kind of growth for a company that is already this mature is possible. So when and when ChatGPT came out, it came out in Q4 of 2023, right? Is it?
Uh,
Oh no,
no,
no. This is their quarter. It came out in Q4 of 2022.
yeah,
For the next two quarters, Nvidia's revenue hardly moved, right? So they barely went up a little bit over here. Like for 6 months, Nvidia's revenue after ChatGPT came out did not grow significantly. It seemed like there was sort of like this delay before other companies realized, holy cow, this ChatGPT thing is going to change the world, and we need to invest heavily in it. And then I thought it would be impossible for a $7 billion revenue company to grow in the way that it has. So one quarter from like Nvidia went from 7 billion in revenue to 13 billion in 13.5 billion in revenue, almost doubling, just sequentially, not year over year. And to me, for such a mature company, I've never seen that before in a multi-billion-dollar company like that. And then they just kept it going. They went from 13 billion to 18, right? That's like an additional 5 billion of revenue, selling 5 billion more chips in one quarter. And then again, from 18 to 22, another 4 billion on top of the increase of 5 billion. So the pace of growth has been just something I've never seen before. And I don't think any company would be wise or smart in trying to gobble up NVIDIA's capacity as a defensive move, just because they just seem to add so much more capacity so fast that I've never seen anything like it before. So that
Did you
that would be the
did
main reason.
did you clock the next quarter's estimate? That seems like the
Oh,
biggest jump yet
yeah.
for their
Oh,
revenue in
and I
terms of
suspect
dollar
that
amount.
has to do with, yes, from 46 to 52 billion quarter for next quarter.
Yeah,
And I suspect that has to do with China reopening.
right.
So that all those H20 chips that they sort of took a hit on last quarter, I think they're gonna basically take that revenue back. So yeah, NVIDIA is in a pretty good shape to continue its growth, just maybe not at the same pace that it has been.